There comes a point in time when you ask yourself, when can I stop investing for retirement? Not only is this a possibility, my friends, but there's a whole entire movement around it. It's called Coastfire. Recently, I received a question from Anonymous on Instagram about this very topic. How do I figure out when we can coast? We are maxing out Roth and 401k contributions yearly and have about $750,000 saved at 44 years old. We want to retire as soon as possible, but obviously keep working just differently. We want to pursue profitable hobbies, if that makes sense. He's a mechanic, and I'm a pharmacist. Well, Anonymous, I appreciate you reaching out. Thank you so much. First of all, congratulations on saving and investing $750,000 by age 44. That is an incredible amount of money. According to Fidelity, the average American between 40 and 49 has around $120,000 saved for retirement. So you, Anonymous, are well above average. Let's answer your question. How do you know when you have achieved Coastfire? Well, here's how someone like you could find out if you're Coastfire. Before we jump in though, everyone, if you like what you hear today, please consider giving me the YouTube triple thanks. That's hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, and then commenting down below. Thanks for considering it. Okay, let's start with number one for our anonymous friend here on Coastfire. Calculate how much you need each year to live comfortably. Notice that I didn't say lavishly, I said comfortably. Lavishly might make you feel like you never have enough saved for retirement because there's always more that you can have. Also, I didn't say how much you need to get by or survive. I think this number should be calculated based on how much you need to live comfortably. For us, comfortable includes all of our household expenses, taking care of our children, multiple vacations, giving generously, and a bunch of other stuff that is important to us each year. That comfortable number is currently around $80,000 per year for us. Your number may not be $80,000. You may need far more than this to live comfortably, or you may need far less. I've actually heard from both sides on this topic of needing more or less. For our family, we need around $80,000 to have a comfortable year. Now, will that change in the future when we're retired? Absolutely. We'll spend less on summer camps, 529 contributions, and soccer clothes. And we'll probably spend more on travel, giving, and getting together with friends and family. If you don't know where to start with calculating how much you need to live each year comfortably, I'd recommend starting and living on a budget. This will help you use your money in accordance with your family goals and your family values. You can use a budget app like Mint or YNAB to keep the process simple and get started. I'll have those links in the description below. All right, number two, decide when you want to use this money. I know you said you want to retire ASAP, but I believe you're not really talking about retiring in the ceasing to work sense. You're talking about easing into work that you enjoy. Well, the sooner the better, right? And for this discussion, let's say you choose 65 for your traditional retirement age. At that point, you'll have a much larger sum of money than you do today due to time, compound interest, and any additional contributions that you decide to make. And at 65, you'll have access to healthcare coverage through Medicare. All right, number three, play around with calculators. This is the fun part. Well, I'm a bit of a money nerd, so take that with a grain of salt that it's fun. But this is when you can see how you're doing on this Coastfire journey and how much you need to slow down or stop your retirement contributions altogether. Now, there are a lot of opinions on the right interest rate to choose for these calculations. I choose 7%, and here's why. The average market return over its history is around 10%. Does it return that every year? No, but on average, it's around 10%. Inflation, which has been in the news a lot lately, is something to consider as well. Even though it's been much higher than normal lately, on average, inflation is around 3%. With the stock market average around 10% and a 3% average inflation rate, that's where I get the 7% interest rate. Is it perfectly accurate? No, it's a guess, but at least it's an educated guess. If you feel that 7% is too aggressive, then try 5% with your calculations. But for today, let's run the numbers with 7% just for fun. If you want to do the calculations along with me, let's do this. This could be fun. Click the investor.gov link in the description. That'll take you to a compound interest calculator. Let's do Anonymous's numbers first, and then you can do your own numbers after. For an initial investment, we insert $750,000. This is the amount that Anonymous currently has invested for their retirement. For the monthly contributions, we insert $0. This assumes that Anonymous adds nothing from this point on. It's not necessary to do that, but this is a hyperbolic example, and it'll show you the power of time and compound interest. For the length of time, we insert 21 years, since Anonymous is 44 years old, and they'll traditionally retire at 65. And for your estimated interest rate, we'll put in 7%, as we discussed already. We hit the magic calculate button, and voila! Anonymous will potentially have around $3.1 million by the time they retire at 65 years old. $3.1 million sounds like a ton of money, right? Well, that's all personal. Let's move on to number 4. Use the 4% rule. The 4% rule is a rule of thumb for retirees that helps them understand how much they can take out from their retirement nest egg each year. Although this percentage is also debated vigorously, with some saying 3% is safer and others saying 5% is plenty, I'm sticking with 4% for now. Perhaps another major market downturn like the Great Recession will damage my optimism, but for now, again, 4% is fine. With this potential nest egg of $3.1 million, let's multiply that by 4% equals $124,000 per year adjusted for inflation. Let's say you think 4% isn't safe enough for you. No problem. Go with 3% for your calculations instead. 3.1 million times 3% gives you $93,000 per year, again, adjusted for inflation. And still, there are others who think 4% is going to leave them with too much money in the end. Perhaps there's a die with zero crowd out there. I would love to hang out with you guys. That's 3.1 million times 5% equals $155K per year. So, Anonymous, if you fall between $93K and $155K for your comfortable living expenses, I would say you're a coast fire already. You have the option to stop or slow down your retirement contributions. Number 5, make yourself feel comfortable. If the idea of stopping your retirement contributions sounds like crazy talk to you, then I'd suggest not doing it. On the other hand, if Coast Fire sounds interesting, but going all the way to full-on stopping your contributions makes you feel nervous, I'd suggest adjusting your contribution rate away from retirement and towards something you're excited about today. That could be towards a business venture, real estate investing, or even a taxable brokerage account that could be used for pre-retirement investing goals. As an example, my wife and I went from a 50% savings rate recently to a 10% savings rate. We still take advantage of company matches with my wife's 401k, and we are investing in a taxable brokerage as well. Also, to your point earlier, Anonymous, I'm investing in a profitable hobby as well. This YouTube channel. Between this channel and all my other content and my freelance content creation, I have a profitable hobby that is now my only source of income. Yes, my wife works full-time and currently makes more than me, but I'm hot on her trail. My goal is to make more than her this year, and this is a goal that she fully endorses. In the end, the point is not to waste away money that you're not investing for retirement. It's to use it to enjoy more life today. If you've been investing a huge amount of money to hit big retirement goals, and you've hit those big retirement goals factoring in time and compound interest, then have some fun. Enjoy your life and make memories with the ones you love. Perhaps you've been putting off going on that family vacation until later. Or you're saying to yourself, I'll go on that trip when we're in our 60s. When that time comes around, you may not want to go on that trip. Or you may not be healthy enough to go on that trip. It's a balance, of course, but if you've hit Coast Fire, I'm all about enjoying more of that money. The goal, at least for me and our family, isn't to die with millions of dollars. I want to live, I want to experience, I want to make memories, I want to give back as much as I can while I'm here. So find your right numbers, Anonymous, and decide how you want to move forward. Enough from me, everybody. I would love to hear from you. What do you think of Coast Fire? Is this a financial independence concept that you are interested in pursuing? Please let me know in the comments below. This is Andy Hill from Marriage, Kids, and Money, signing off. Carpe diem.